Good morning, I'm meteorologist Jeff Gerber. Next 10 minutes, we're going to be taking a look at the weather out there for this morning and going through the next 7 days. Looks like some rain coming in for later on tonight, at least some widespread rain. We've seen a few showers already for this morning. Looks like maybe a little bit more wider spread and maybe a little bit heavier rain coming in as a cold front pushes through later on this evening. So we'll be showing you the radar. And of course, we'll be looking at the next 7 days. Weekend looks good. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s. Next couple of days, though, going to be a little bit cooler thanks to the front that's going to be coming in later on for tonight. Rest of the day forecast, we'll go with about a 30% coverage of some showers through the afternoon, and then that starts to ramp up to about 50% by 6 o'clock as the front gets closer, and then as the front is going through, about an 80% coverage of some scattered showers, maybe a few isolated thunderstorms. We've seen a few lightning strikes outside, at least lightning bolts outside, so there are a few isolated thunderstorms, but nothing severe or anything like that. Temperatures in the upper 60s, close to 70 through the early afternoon, and then we'll fall back to around 60 as we head towards 10 o'clock. And then tonight's lows behind this front going to get chilly. We're expecting lows back down into the 40s. Allergy report today is up a little bit on tree. We're looking at 40 there, and then on mold we're looking right now at a little bit higher, but still on the low side at 24, 36. All right, let's take a look outside and we'll go through a few sky cams. You can see the cloudy skies out there for this morning. Here's the view from Port Arthur on our Roofing 911 Live Sky Cam network. This camera particularly is brought to you by Market Basket. So if you look down on towards the intercoastal back there and looking down at Port Arthur, just seeing a lot of cloud cover. Been seeing a little bit of sunshine peeking through the clouds here and there at times for this morning, but generally the clouds are really starting to thicken up. Waiting for the front to come through, and it's still well to our north up towards the Dallas area, so it's got all day to really move through here. It's not going to be pushing through until we get in towards this evening. Once again, as we head over towards Orange, Horseman's Western Store, you can see the cloudy skies. Our Roofing 911 Live Sky Cam network currently showing 68 degrees in Orange, humidity at 73%, and right now we have a west wind at about 7 miles per hour. Looks like traffic is going smoothly through the Orange area, so if you have any lunch plans, maybe going to slip over to Louisiana for a little bite to eat. Looks like you won't have any problems heading over into maybe Lake Charles for the early afternoon. At least right now, there's no problems out there. Usually we could see some backups here and there because of the traffic problems on I-10, but I think they're getting done with a lot of that construction over there towards the bridge heading over into Louisiana, so that's some good news. Looking from our 12 News studio, you can see the cloudy skies out there here in Beaumont. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing. I-10 once again looking pretty smooth through Beaumont right now, and we're looking at just some cloud cover out there, a couple of showers here and there. Like I said, we'll show you on radar, but overall it looks like a pretty good start to the afternoon. Temperature-wise right now, we're looking at temperatures into the 60s and right near 70 in Port Arthur, but 68 in Beaumont, 69 in Silsbee. About 63 right now in Jasper as well as Woodville, 67 in Kirbyville, and then 66 in Orange. So nice and mild out there. We might see a few more spots hit about 70, but most of the area I think will stay in towards the 60s for today. Here's radar right now, and you can see the triangle is pretty dry. We don't really see any rain towards Beaumont, Orange, or Port Arthur, but once you get up close to Silsbee there, say Evadale, Buna, up towards Kirbyville into parts of Tyler County, seeing some scattered showers. Also seeing a few showers back towards Corrigan, Livingston, even out towards Huntsville. There's been a few showers, and then we have a line of a couple more showers, one out towards the Houston area, and then another one over the west side of Galveston Bay. There's some fairly heavy downpours there. Once again, we're really not seeing any lightning. We've seen a few strikes on our sky cams, but we're not seeing any thunderstorms out there. A little bit closer look at the rain we are seeing right now. Looks like we have a little heavy downpour near Woodville up towards Comanelle, Spurger, getting a little bit of rain right now, and then we have a little bit of heavier cell over there towards Call, a little bit heavier downpour that could be drifting up there towards Kirbyville. Jasper looks dry right now. Newton looks dry. Burkeville looking dry. Most of Newton County right now looking pretty dry. So there is some rain out there we'll be dealing with through the afternoon. Like I said, maybe 30–40% coverage, not too widespread as we go through the afternoon. It's going to pick up though as we head into, it looks like, this evening. Here's kind of the wider perspective of what's going on across the region, and you can see some heavier rains over towards Mississippi, Jackson, heading into parts of Alabama, and that's scattered back down through parts of East Texas, Southeast Texas for this morning. Here's the front, still right at the Dallas area right now, but that will be sliding through, like I said, this evening, and you can see back behind it things are clearing out, and we have some colder air back here, which is going to be coming into the area for tonight. So tonight we're expecting lows back down into the 40s. Around the rest of the country, not a whole lot of activity going on. It's really this storm system moving across the southern tier of the U.S. that's creating any type of precipitation right now. You can actually see some of that colder air spilling in across the area for later on tonight and through the next couple of days. But nothing as far as any real active weather right now across the U.S. as far as any problems winter weather-wise. We might see maybe a little bit of snow flying up through maybe parts of the Ohio Valley over towards West Virginia. Some of the higher elevations, they're getting a little bit of snow. These purple boxes here indicating some winter weather advisory. So maybe a little bit of snow on the northern end of this system, but main precipitation is right now through parts of the deep south here, Mississippi, Alabama, back into Louisiana, and here into East Texas. So here's Futurecast showing some spotty showers through the afternoon, and then as we get in towards this evening, you can see the front right in here. Looks like towards the lakes area as we head towards about 7 o'clock or so, and then it'll continue to work off towards the south as we head through the evening, and then by about midnight or so, most of it should be clearing out of here. And then as we head towards tomorrow morning sunrise, we should see the clouds starting to clear out, and it gets chilly. We're expecting to see lows into the 40s on Wednesday morning. So get through some rain tonight, and then the next several days look dry. Matter of fact, after today, it looks like we won't see any rain until maybe the middle of next week. We'll show you that in the 7-day forecast in just a little bit. But tomorrow will be cooler. Instead of the upper 60s and lower 70s, we'll be into the lower 60s. I think a little warmer than we're showing here for tomorrow afternoon. I think a lot of locations get about 60, maybe 61. Along the coast, no advisories today, but we do have a south wind about 10 to 15 knots, seas from around 2 to 4 feet. You can see right now at Texas Point, we're seeing south winds at 15 to 20 miles an hour, water temperature about 55. It's going to be choppy on the inland lakes and bays today with some of those scattered showers around. Only one high tide left. That will be at 5:08 for this evening, and then our sunset, I don't know if we'll see much of that. It's going to be at 5:55. So for today, mostly cloudy. Good, say 30-40% coverage through the afternoon, and then that ramps up to about an 80% coverage for this evening. Temperatures will be into the 60s, a lot of upper 60s out there, maybe a few 70s. And then for tonight, we'll drop back into those 40s, as I mentioned, mostly cloudy skies. About a 20% coverage as we head towards the early morning hours on Wednesday. I think most of the rain should be long gone, though, by the time we get towards sunrise and into your day on Wednesday. So maybe a couple of showers here and there as we head towards the early part Wednesday, the very early morning hours. You can see the cooler temperatures coming in behind the front. Wednesday and Thursday, we'll see highs only until the lower 60s. Thursday morning will probably be the coldest we see over the next 7 days. We'll be in the 30s, but we should be above freezing. I don't think you have to worry about plants, pipes, or anything like that. Still, make sure your pets are going to be staying warm on Thursday morning, as it's going to get cold with those temperatures up in the lakes area reaching maybe some lower 30s. We'll be close to freezing there, maybe towards the lakes area on Thursday, but still not cold enough to drip anything or worry about covering your plants too much. Friday, we start to rebound. 70 for a high after a chilly start around 41, and then we'll get into the lower 70s Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. So the weekend does not look bad. Yeah, it's going to be chilly in the mornings, but the afternoons look great as we get back up into the lower 70s. 72 for Saturday and about 73 for Sunday. So looking good there in our 7-day forecast. I'm going to wrap up this stream. Once again, we do this every morning between 11:30 and 11:45. It's either going to be me or, like tomorrow through Friday, it'll be Carrie Cooper coming on 11:30 to give you the latest on the weather next for about 10 to 15 minutes. Tonight, Patrick Vaughn, he joins us at 6:30 after he does his regular newscast at 5 and 6. But at 6:30, he'll also be doing a weather stream, giving you an update, especially as that front gets close this evening. He'll have a lot more on that. Probably have a pretty good look at radar too. I imagine we'll see